y'all, what's up? It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. Welcome to Nerd Torch TV, your spot for anime, comics, and gaming. And we have another voice acting guest here.
What's up? I'm Christian Potenza, and if you don't know already, I'm awesome.
That is very true. So we're gonna ask Christian, what are your 3 favorite characters that you played?
Okay. Well, the 3 favorite characters I play, it's a no-brainer. It would be Trevor Troublemeyer, Jude Lazowski, Chris McClane.
Okay. So what about your fan favorites though? Characters your fans love for you to play.
I'm gonna say Trevor Troublemeyer, Jude Lazowski, and Chris McClane.
Yeah, you have some really crazy fans out there. I saw you brought a girl tears.
Yeah, I get that a lot, and the reason I get that a lot is because I do tween cartoons. Okay, so let's take 16 for example. Now, where I'm from in Canada, it was huge. 16 was very huge.
I've actually watched it.
Yeah, and up there it was big because you guys got it way after us, and you didn't get all the seasons. You know, so yeah, no, it ran for 6 seasons, and it has a huge fan base and a very loyal fan base because when we first did 16, it was supposed to be geared for sort of like late teens, early 20s crowd.
Right.
But when it came out, it was actually found that it demoed lower. It was actually like 11, 12, 13, you know, because they want to be 16.
Right.
And so it demoed lower, but it also the demographic shot lower because these 10, 11, 12-year-olds were watching it, and then 6 and 7-year-old siblings were watching it, and then parents were watching it, and then grandparents were watching it. So, and it was back then you had what we don't have anymore, which was appointment television. It's like it was on Sundays at 6 p.m. You know, and everyone. You didn't have PVR, you didn't have binge watching, you didn't have YouTube, right?
Exactly.
So when that happened, the demographic was you got entire generations watching it, and now the demographic is from 7 to 70. So it's like, you know,
yeah, that's very true.
So now the fan base is just like it created memories for these kids, and I've created memories for parents who were like, that was the last time that I watched television with my kids. So I created all these memories by I didn't create it, but the show and the way we watched them created it. Also, I hear a lot too with Total Drama and 16 is like, because it was geared at teenagers, like being a teenager is like so confusing. It's a weird, confusing time. And, you know, a cartoon like that has a coming of age theme to it, you hear it time and time again. It's like you have no idea how much your voice got me through some of the weirdest, the toughest parts of my life. Or made me think, or maybe wanted to, I hear it all the time, you were a part of my childhood. So when they come to these conventions and they, you know, I've seen it time and time, they're like, oh, I used to watch this show. They just think it's an artist that's putting out stuff. And I was like, oh, did you watch that show? Did it harsh your mellow? And they look up and they see the voice and they go, and they just go, oh my God, people have cried, you know. Hey man, I've been involved with Make-A-Wish Foundation 3 times. Cartoons play a big part in people's lives. You know, and because when you're sick, you watch cartoons. You can't do anything else, and it's like they wanted to meet me, they wanted to do stuff. Man, it's like the fan base it's not just a fan of cartoons, it's what it did for those people, you know, and how it affected their life and the memories it created. And I'm just glad to be a part of it, man.
That's great.
Up until this point, I was just a guy doing voices to make a little bit of dough, you know what I mean? But the fans really are the spirit of a show.
That's great. Do you have any tips that you may have for people wanting to be voice actors themselves?
Yeah. I mean, I teach voice acting, right? And, like, there's always tips, and there's always, things you can do to branch out and network and stuff like that. But really what it comes down to, if you want to start, if you want to get into it, is consider it a hobby all the time. Don't say like, I'm going to be a voice actor and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to make it to the top and I'm going to be on cartoons. It may not play out that way for you. So if it doesn't turn out, you're going to get disappointed and you're going to get defeated and you're going to get away from it. So you're going to quit. It happens all the time. So keep it as a hobby, because with a hobby, you always improve it, and it's fun, and it's you always like a photographer trying to get the close up of a sunset. You'll always chase it. Keep it fun. If you happen to make some money, great, because you're only going to work for a little bit, and then it'll stop, and then you'll work again, and then it'll stop. It goes in cycles. But to get that ball rolling in your hobby, read. Read everything. Read the back of the cereal box. When you're in the shower, read the back of the shampoo bottle. Read everything. Read magazine things. You're driving along, read the billboards, Read out loud. Because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I can do impressions and I can do voices. It's like, yeah, but can you read for 4 hours straight and have it make sense and do it take after take after take, say the same line over and over and over and have it have meaning and also change it up before you start openly weeping?
Yeah, at that point, it becomes something totally different. They're like, I don't know if I can do that.
Exactly. Everyone thinks it's all fun and stuff. And yes, it is a great job, but it's a discipline. That's why I'm saying read. Learn how to be like an accompanist where you just put sheet music in front of them and they just start playing. Right. That's the same thing with us voice actors. We get a sheet, a script. We can just start reading. We can lift it off the page and we know exactly hit the post and beat and stuff like that. But how did we get there? Practice. Practice your thing. And also, go on YouTube. Check out like my voice acting stuff. Check out everybody's voice acting stuff. Join Facebook groups. There's all these people looking for voice actors to do their cartoons, their video games, their apps, you name it. So always just keep networking, and like any other business, right. It's who you know.
It's always who you know.
Always who you know. And because I help out people all the time, I'm like, I got a gig. Do you want to do this? I can't do it because it's non-union. And they're like, really? I'm like, somebody's got to do it. This fell in my lap, so why don't you do it?
Exactly.
And big break. And these people are like, I would have never gotten started without you. I was like, that's bull, because you were already doing it. Exactly. Here's another thing. Confidence, pride, and ownership. Get yourself a nice recording set. Get yourself a deflector, a microphone. Take yourself seriously if you want to do this. Don't half-ass it. Get something nice and do the work. Read. Here's some things you can start reading, too. Recipes. Do easy recipes like how to make French toast, how to make a peanut butter and jam sandwich. Then do another one like how to put together a bike, and then do something like scientific with words you can't understand. And practice instructions and recipes and stuff, because it's information and then it's instructions, because that's going to be most of your stuff too. You don't jump right into cartoons. No, man. You start by doing radio. You start by doing industrials. You start by doing described video, loop grouping. And that is dry material. It's not fun, man. It's like, so you've decided to buy a Weber barbecue. Well, step one. But if you can make that sound interesting, if you can make a recipe sound engaged, that's where you get your confidence and you start to tune your ear inside and figure out what your voice is. Because anybody can be a voice actor. It's the human voice, and everyone's got one. This is how we communicate. So, go for it.
Okay. So, what was that last question? Oh, would you like
God,
to
I talk a lot, don't I? Jeez, shut up, Christian.
So, what would you like to speak on the voice actors protest?
I mean, I would. I'm a political guy sometimes, but very closeted about it. It's also a voice actor protest that's happening in America, not my country.
Right, true. He's Canadian.
I am Canadian, and but I have a few things I'd like to say. And the fact is, these video game companies, these developers make a whack-load of money. And without the voice actors, the talented voice actors, it's just a bunch of really high-res images. It's the actors that put the soul into it. Now, voice acting for video games is very much different than voice acting for cartoons. They're two different things. In voice acting for video games, you are putting yourself at risk because you are in a motion capture suit, you know? You are screaming. You may blow your throat. You wreck your throat. You can't work for 2 weeks, but you've still got to do your kids' cartoon. You got to go up and show up like this, but you can't because you blow your throat out. Another thing is, there's no stunt coordinators on set. They have these guys hanging and falling off of tables, right? So they get the sound right.
Yeah.
And there's no stunt coordinators to make sure they're safe. They are in harm's way. So if this actor breaks his arm because he rolled on the table by doing a voice, and he doesn't get any compensation for that, that's irresponsible.
And a lot of people don't even know that voice actors have to do so much in the game studio. Like, I didn't know that they were going through that much, actually doing action movements.
They're putting sound into it. It's like, so you're in a bar fight, you know, and like, you know, let's say the new one, Red Dead Redemption 2, right? So let's say you're cowboys and you get shot, bang, and you're on, and then you and I start running over the table and we knock over bottles and blah, blah, blah. You can't do that by a microphone because it won't sound like, ha, ha. So imagine doing this for 3 hours, just go, You sound like that's what it is.
Yeah.
These guys are getting injured and they're not getting the money.
Right.
You know, there's no back end points. We get a buyout, but the billions of dollars it makes, and these guys are like, no, but without the voice actor. So I stand with my voice guys, you know. But I'm also like, there's got to be a middle ground. I understand both sides, but not.
It has to be some type of.
There's some issues that need to be addressed. It's not just about a strike. There's a whole bunch of other issues that just need to be addressed. Education.
So, what's your social media where everybody can find you? I also heard you have a YouTube channel. And
We do.
Content.
It is called the Switchboard Network. It's run with my buddy Toby Proctor, who is the voice of Tuxedo Mask on Sailor Moon. Also Ivan Sherry, who is the voice of Inspector Gadget and a whole bunch of video games. David Stinson, who is our audio engineer and helps me with producing some cartoons, and also running the Switchboard Session voice acting school. So check us out there. Go to the Switchboard Network Facebook page. It's a great place, or just my Facebook page. I don't really do Twitter because I still don't understand it. Never did. And that's about it.
All right. And also, if you can pick a voice and sign us out with thanks for guys for watching Nerd Torch TV.
What's it called?
Nerd Torch TV.
Okay. The following shout out goes out to Nerd Torch TV and is being performed by an animated host. Do not try any of what you see here. Seriously, you can get really messed up. McLean out. You're watching Nerd Torch TV.